Stretches for beginners. The 8 best moves. Stretching on a daily basis has numerous advantages. Stretching helps you gain flexibility, improve your general movement, and is a terrific way to relax. As a novice, starting with basic stretches that don't involve any strange contortions or weird positions is ideal. In this video, you'll learn a full-body stretching regimen, as well as some tips and tactics for incorporating it into your daily routine for the best benefits. Calf stretch, inner thigh stretch, hamstring stretch, quad stretch, hip flexor stretch, lat stretch, chest stretch, traps stretch. You can do several of these stretches while kneeling, sitting, or standing. Select the option that feels most comfortable. You don't have to get down on the ground to get a good stretch. Standing or seated stretches are great for incorporating into your workday. Begin by gently moving into the positions until you feel your muscles stretch in each of these exercises. When you are adequately feeling the tension, stay in that position for 30 seconds to 2 minutes. While stretching, remember to breathe and relax. Calf stretch, standing. Step back with one foot and place your hands on a wall or stable surface. To feel a stretch in your back leg's calf, turn your back foot's toes inward slightly and press your heel into the ground. For a deeper stretch, bend the front leg further or move the back leg back until you feel a good stretch. Inner thigh stretch, standing or seated. Stand with toes facing straight ahead and feet broader than hip width apart. Lunge to one side while maintaining the other leg straight by bending the knee and sitting the hips back. A stretch should be felt in the straight leg's inner thigh. While seated, sit with one leg bent and the other straight out to the side on a ball or in a chair, just like the standing inner thigh stretch. Shift your weight to the bent leg until you feel a stretch in your straight leg's inner thigh. Hamstring stretch, standing or seated. Place one heel out in front of you, toes up, and maintain that leg straight while sitting your hips back like a chair. The stretch should be felt in the rear of the straight leg. While seated, sit with your legs bent in front of you on the front edge of the seat. Lean forward and extend one leg straight out, toes up, while keeping your back flat to feel the stretch at the back of the straight leg. Quad stretch, standing or lying down. For balance, grip a chair, a wall, or a countertop. Bend one knee and grab the foot behind you. Squeeze your glutes and return your extending leg to its original position until your thighs are even. On the bent leg, you should feel a stretch on the front of the thigh. If this stretch is too strong, wrap a towel or band around your foot and slowly draw it up toward your glutes. Allow your knee to bend as far as it will comfortably enable you to feel a stretch. While lying down, bend the top leg while lying on one side. With your top arm, grab your foot and pull your thigh back until it's stacked on top of the other. A stretch should be felt on the front of the bent leg's thigh. If this stretch is too strong, wrap a towel or band around your foot and slowly draw it up toward your glutes, allowing your knee to bend as far as it will comfortably enable you to feel a stretch. Hip flexor stretch, kneeling or standing. Place one knee directly behind the hip and the other leg bent at 90 degrees, flat on the ground. This is a position where you are half kneeling. Squeeze your glutes and tuck your hips under on the kneeling side. The front of the hip and the front of the thigh of the kneeling leg should feel stretched. While standing, step one foot back with both feet pointing straight ahead. Raise your arm to the side of your back leg. Reach up slightly over your head. To deepen the stretch, rotate your upper body away from the front leg slightly. The stretch will be felt on the front of the back leg's hip. Lat stretch, standing. You can use a chair, a countertop, or any other similar height surface. Bend at the waist and force your chest down toward the ground with one or both hands on the surface. To avoid arching your back, keep your hips tucked in and your abdominal firm. The stretch should be felt under your arm and along the side of your ribs. Chest stretch, standing. Bend your elbow to 90 degrees and rest your forearm on a doorway or a wall at or just below shoulder height. Take a small step forward to feel a stretch across your chest and shoulder from the arm against the wall. Traps stretch, seated or standing. Sit up straight, shoulders down and back, ears packed over shoulders. Pull your ear to the side and toward your shoulder with one hand on top of your head. This stretch should be felt in your traps, which is where most of us experience neck tightness. What is the best way to begin stretching for beginners? Decide when and where you'll stretch. Do you want to stretch every time you work out or go to the gym, for example? Perhaps you'd like to include stretching in your morning or evening regimen. Begin with a clear but narrow objective and gradually expand it, just as you would any new practice or habit. You can choose when it is most convenient for you during the day. You can even incorporate some of these stretches at your desk as a desk break. You can choose what works best for you. What amount of time do you want to spend stretching? If you hold each stretch for 30 seconds, you can complete the 10 stretch program in around 10 to 15 minutes. If you only have a limited amount of time, choose the 3 to 5 stretches that feel the best to you. All of these stretches are beneficial, but focus on the calves, inner thigh, hip flexors, pecs, and levator scapulae if you are short on time. Because of the amount of time spent sitting, these are common issue places for most people. To begin incorporating stretching into your routine, try one of these methods to begin. Commit to doing one stretch every day. When you've mastered that, you may add another stretch or two to your daily practice and gradually increase the number of stretches you do until you've completed all of your desired stretches. Alternatively, begin by stretching your entire body once or twice a week. Make a note of it on your calendar and stick to it. You can add more stretch days as needed once you've been doing it for a few weeks. As a beginner, how often should you stretch? If you want to see a noticeable difference in your flexibility, you should stretch at least 2 to 4 times each week. Consistency, frequency, and the length of the stretch all key when stretching. If you want to improve your flexibility, stretch for at least 3 days a week and hold a longer stretch, 1 to 2 minutes. As a novice, start with 2 times per week and gradually increase the number of days as you become more comfortable with the program. What types of stretches can you do on a daily basis? All of these stretches may be done on a daily basis, and stretching more frequently can increase your flexibility. If you work at a desk or spend most of your day seated, as the majority of people do, there are several stretches you should incorporate throughout the day to improve your posture and relieve low back discomfort. Do the standing calf stretch, standing hip flexor stretch, and standing chest stretch every hour. Or, to break up your workday, choose a new stretch from the list above to do every hour. You'll feel better as you move around more. Is stretching every day bad? No, unless you're stretching too far. There's no harm in stretching every day. When you're in a stretch position, you want to stop as soon as you feel the strain. You may be straining beyond your body's potential if you experience discomfort or if the stretch is really painful. If this happens, stop and reposition yourself to identify the point in the stretch where you are experiencing stress. If you have an injury, you should consult your doctor before beginning a stretching regimen to ensure that the stretching is beneficial rather than harmful. Thanks for watching.